Well, you know what it is. You know what it is.
I'm appalled.
You're appalled. I'm appalled.
Yes, this is the Appalled Cast. And today we are going to address something that needs to be addressed. I mean, and seriously, in all seriousness, man, this topic needs some, it needs some sensitivity to it. So JJ Redick today was
You're appalled. I'm appalled.
all the way appalled with Stephen A. Smith. But what he was saying, it had some validity to it. So anyway, let's check out the clip and then we're gonna come back and chop it up.
It's way possible with both of you, but listening to each of you right now, it's very obvious that you played zero high-level basketball, and you do not understand the requirements of doing that. And I do mean that in a nice way.
Okay.
You bring
I'll
up,
respond in a
no,
second.
hold
Go
on.
ahead.
You bring up
You're
Zion.
appalled.
Yes.
I
I'm
talked
appalled.
about this when we talked about Zion.
I brought it up.
You brought up Zion. Trying to play coming off a hamstring injury, a serious hamstring injury. I've had to deal with it multiple times in my career. I popped it grade 3 when I was in college. There's a weeks-long mental hurdle to come back and play. To be able to just do a simple closeout. A sprained ankle is very different than a sprained knee. A sprained knee for someone who has torn a quad tendon and who has torn their ACL is very different than someone playing on a hobbled ankle in the 1970s. There's a lot of analogy. I'm sorry, it's a terrible analogy. This guy gets after it. I understand the frustration with the load management issue. What we're talking about here and questioning his injury, and you say, I'm not questioning his injury. You just said we saw Paul George get hurt. We didn't see Kawhi get. Let's give the guy some credit. He did it in game 1. He went out there and battled game 2. Guess what? If he could play, he would play. I want to get clarification on this worst superstar. Do you not have any empathy for someone who has came back from 2 major leg injuries?
Okay.
Do you not?
I do.
Okay.
Hey, so we go back. Let's do this. Let's retract about 10 years ago. We had a guy by the name of Brandon Roy. If you guys are not just casual and you are actual basketball fans, you know who Brandon Roy is. So Brandon Roy is a story, a unique story about a player that had serious potential, but he lost the cartilage in his knees. His knees just went out on him early. You know what I'm saying? Played about 6 years in the league, cartilage just went out. And the sentiments back then was it was sad. It was unfortunate. This day and time, the mainstream media is quite different right now as to the way that we treat players. I'm not gonna say we, I'm sorry. The way that they treat players. And sometimes we fall victim for it too. You know what I'm saying? So, it's really sad because we got, the Gilbert Arenas, his knees went out. Penny Hardaway, knees went out. Players, it used to happen in the past. You know what I'm saying? Grant Hill battled with an ankle injury for about 6 years, man. Like 4, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 seasons, man. But they just couldn't get the ankle right. But it was never this type of annoyance, so more so. And so, we have to be kind of delicate with the Kawhi Leonard situation because possibly, this is something beyond his control. It's nothing that he can do about his body. And possibly even with the load management, he's trying. But his career probably would have been over a long time ago if he'd have played like a lot of the players like Steve Francis, Penny Hardaway. Like I say, players, man, was coming in and out of the NBA, man. Dudes didn't play no more than 10, 11 years, man, once upon a time. So, things are different. But what JJ Redick was saying, man, it was valid, man. Seriously, man, we just need to have more. I mean, yeah, it's a sad situation for the Clippers. Maybe they need to just, move off of that situation. I mean, they've invested a lot of money in Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, just hoping to get something. But, man, listen, Kawhi Leonard, man, big hands like Mike. You know what I'm saying? Fade away like Mike, Kawhi Leonard, man. Kawhi Leonard is very, very reminiscent of Jordan. I mean, in some ways to me, man, especially like when he played against the Warriors, man, in the finals, man, that year. I mean, I remember him coming down, man, just posting up in a fadeaway, just turning around and just doing it with ease, man. It just reminded me of Jordan. I mean, straight up, I was like, dang, it's like Jordan or like Kobe. It reminded me of that because one-on-one, no player can really defend him one-on-one because he scores at ease. And I mean, he's shooting the 3-ball since January. It was like over 46%. That's like the best in the league. You know what I'm saying? Shooting the 3-ball. But anyway, man, this is a sad and unfortunate situation. And surely, man, you know, the way that people and we are handling it, we should put it in a better light. You know what I'm saying? Like JJ said, man, it just is what it is, man.